What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Kai Talks NFL, and welcome back to another ranking video. Yesterday on stream, I ranked every single NFL team post-draft, and yeah, I don't got much else to say. If you guys enjoyed today's video, let me know with a like because it helps me grow my channel, and also if you want to see this stuff live, go down to the Twitch, link in my bio. Anyways, let's just get right into this thing. Starting off with the Arizona Cardinals. I don't care what anyone says. This team is god-awful. I just watched a video saying, like, scientifically, based on when you look at all the stats and whatnot, they are one of the worst sports team in all the major four sports of all time. That is absolutely nuts to me. And I think, getting a guy like Jeremiah Love is going to help your team out. But it's not going to fix your team. Like, the team is still god-awful. You're rolling as Carson Beck and Jacoby Brissett as your two main QBs. And Carson Beck may be good, but it's just going to be tough in this system right now. Although I do think you guys have an underrated offense, I just don't think you guys are good still. Next, we have the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the Atlanta Falcons are always an interesting team. I feel like they always have one problem that sets them back every single time. Usually the quarterback. And I think they could be decent. Like, the Falcons can always be decent with Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and, they just got AJ Terrell's brother, Avion Terrell. That secondary is going to be pretty nasty next year. But it's the quarterback weighing them down. It really is. I mean, you're rolling with Tua, you're rolling with Michael Penix. It's not gonna be the best, But I still do think they could be decent if any of them play serviceable. I'm gonna say the Falcons could be a decent team right now. Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think they're one of the big dogs. The big dogs are like top 5 in the league, I would say. I would still say they're a great team, though. They did get better this offseason. They finally cut ties with John Harbaugh, which I think was definitely needed there. You got Trey Hendrickson, almost had Max Crosby, which I think would have been even more nasty. It just didn't end up happening. But I still think they're a great team overall, and I think last year was just bad dealing with all the injuries and whatnot. But, yeah. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills. Are they one of the big dogs in the league? Are they a top 5 team? And it's tough, man, because I think they fixed another problem this offseason. Receivers, they got DJ Moore, which is going to be huge. But I don't know if they're a top 5 team right now. I'm gonna go ahead and say they're a great team still. When you got Josh Allen as quarterback, I think you're always gonna be a great team. But I gotta go great team for them right now. I cannot put them in the big dogs. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers. I think they are a decent team right now. I'm not gonna lie with you. Especially with how Bryce Young played at the end of last season. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was inconsistent, sure, but he looked good. Like, when he dials it in, especially in that last playoff game, he looked good, dude. Running back room, not so sure about over there. I don't know what's going on. They lost Rico Dowdle, who in my opinion wasn't that great anyways. But I still do think they're a decent team. I'm gonna put them there. I like it. I think they have a chance to be up here. Like, they're in a pretty weak division right now. So who knows? They could move up a tier. Not right now, though. Next, we have the Chicago Bears. Now, they're not a top 5 team in the league yet, but I think they could be in, like, the next, 2 years, something like that. Because, number one, you just have such a young, studded offense with Luther Burden. You got Kyle Monangai at running back now. Rome Odunze, who still has time to develop. Like, it's looking good over there. Like, roster-wise, this team is looking really good, especially if Ben Johnson can put all these pieces together. I like what I'm seeing out of the Bears. You added Kobe Durant, Dylan Thieneman. The secondary's looking nasty. I'm going to say they're a great team right now, just not quite top 5. Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. I've said this team is going to make the playoffs like the past 4 years, and they still haven't. I can't explain to you why, but they just haven't. Like, it's whether it's injuries or a shitty defense. I don't know what it is, but this team has just been so mediocre the past 4 years. I'm going to say they could be decent, but Zach Taylor's got to go. He's got to go if they want to go back to where they were, back to the Super Bowl. I just don't have a lot of confidence in him. Like, how do you fail with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow? I'm sorry, like, that is a literal Madden offense. That's hard to beat, and when you can't make the playoffs like the past 4 years with that team, that's not a good look on you. I still think they could be decent, though. The team's just got to stay healthy. Zach Taylor's got to dial it in. The Cleveland Browns. I don't care. This team is god-awful. They are known as one of the worst teams of all times. I have a question about the Cleveland Browns, actually. How do you have, like, 60 years of a franchise? You've always been in the top 5 picks. You've had all these NFL drafts, all these chances to make banger picks, and you can just never do it. Like, when are you guys going to be good? Like, when are we going to finally be able to say, oh yeah, the Cleveland Browns are good? I feel like it's been like 70 years. Like, they have always been so bad since I started watching, you know. There was that one point where Baker Mayfield brought them to the playoffs. It hasn't been the same since. I don't care, this team is god-awful. And right now, they're looking like they're going to stay god-awful. Although I like some of the pieces they added, I can't trust in the Browns to be anything other than here. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys. Roster-wise, this team looks pretty good. I mean, you look at the offense, I think you have the best receiver duo in the league, CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and you got Dak, who is, in my opinion, a top 10 quarterback, and there is some issues on the defense, but you added Caleb Downs, who I think is going to be a nightmare to anyone who plays him. If you saw the Malik Neighbors clip, the guy's already fearing him. Right now, I think the Dallas Cowboys are in a decent team. They are in a tough division going against the Eagles, the Giants next year, the Commanders who might be able to come back. Like, that division's gonna be rough. But I still do think the Cowboys are a decent team right now. The Denver Broncos. Another interesting one, because I think they definitely could be up here. Like, they are close. At this moment, I'm gonna put them as one of the big dogs. I think, roster-wise, and looking what they did last year, they're a top 5 team. I think they fixed their biggest need by getting Jalen Waddle. That's what the Broncos needed. Their defense was already elite. I mean, nobody could score on them. They had constant pressure. Top 2 defense in the league. I'd say right below the Texans. And then the offense, it just needed a little bit of spark. You got Jalen Waddle. Boom. There you go. Running back room, maybe a little bit shaky. Some injuries there, especially with J.K. Dobbins. The guy's never healthy, I swear. And R.J. Harvey, I don't know if he could be the number 1 back. I think he can punch in touchdowns for you. But I don't know if he's the guy you want to have as your running back 1. Anyways, still think this team overall is a top 5 team. They're definitely one of the big dogs in the NFL. Don't forget, this team was a 1 seed, made the AFC Championship, and probably would have made the Super Bowl if it wasn't for Bo Nix getting injured. Next, we have the Detroit Lions. Their last season did not make them look good at all. It did not make them look good, but I still think they're a great team. I look at the Lions like I look at them 2 years ago. I try and forget about last year. I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They lost Ben Johnson. They lost Aaron Glenn. That was a huge hit to them. And, yeah, benefit of the doubt there. I still think roster-wise, once again, I know I'm saying this a bunch, but you still got Aiden Hutchinson, who is one of the best young pass rushers in the league. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, who in my opinion is a top 3 back, maybe even top 2. And Jared Goff, still a definitely serviceable quarterback. He's still a good quarterback. And Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams, just such a good duo over there. There were some injuries last year, like Kirby Joseph. Don't know what's the update on him, but I still like this Detroit Lions team a lot. I think they are a great team. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers. Ooh. I feel like the Packers are always going to be a decent team, you know what I'm saying? They're always going to be in that bubble of the wild card, you know, almost in the wild card, second in their division. Like, they're a good team. They're a decent team. They just can't seem to get over the hump, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think the past 3 years, this team has been first rounded, or divisional rounded. Like, I haven't seen them make the NFC Championship in a minute. So yeah, there you go. Decent teams. I think the Green Bay Packers are one of them. The Houston Texans. I don't think they're a big dog in the league, but I definitely do think they're a great team. They had the number one defense last year, in my opinion, obviously, and now you added a guy like Reed Blankenship, which is only gonna make that secondary more nasty. Like, I don't know, somehow you guys found a way to make your defense better than it already was. Like, I mean, DeMeco Ryans, props to you, dude, because you just make an insane defense, whatever team you're coaching for. And the offense, now this one's interesting. They got a lot of young talent, you know what I'm saying? You got Tank Dell, who's hopefully coming back from injury this year. I mean, I haven't heard about the guy in 2 years. I feel like people just forgot about him. Side topic. Like, the guy was so good his rookie year. Anyways, you still got Nico Collins, CJ Stroud, though. That's where I'm a little worried. Like, people aren't talking about how awful CJ Stroud was at the end of last season. The guy threw like 4 interceptions in that Steelers playoff game. He was not good. His defense saved him at the end of the season, and he was lucky to even make the divisional round. I think in the Patriots game, he threw like 4 interceptions too. He was not good at all. And hopefully he can turn it around next season. You know, fresh start. But I'm going to make a hot take right now. CJ Stroud hasn't been like a good quarterback since his rookie year. The guy hasn't done shit to help his team. It's either been his defense, his really good receivers, or even a solid running back, like when he had Joe Mixon. The guy needs to lock in if they want to make another AFC Championship, you know, divisional round type of run. Because this team is capable. The quarterback's just got to dial it in. Next, we have the Indianapolis Colts. I don't like a lot of the things they did this offseason. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Alec Pierce extension was stupid. Not that the extension was stupid necessarily, but how much you paid him. I think paying Daniel Jones all that money after he just tore his ACL and like everything in his knee, I think that was extremely stupid. Don't know why you guys did that. But I still think you guys got some really good parts on your team. I think you guys could be decent. It all depends on how Daniel Jones comes back from that injury. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're better than decent. They gotta go great, I would say. They're so much more than just a decent football team. Like, you look at what they did last year. They got, 12 wins. They won their division. And that was in the first year of Liam Cohen as their head coach. By the way, they didn't have Travis Hunter, their number 2 overall pick, for over half the season. Imagine what they could do with him fully healthy. They got Jacoby Myers, who evolved as the number 1 receiver on that team. You still got BTJ, who has a chance to bounce back. You got Parker Washington, who has been extremely underrated. This team is a great team, and they did take some hits. They lost Devin Lloyd, you know what I'm saying? But I still do really like how this team is looking at the moment. Kansas City. Right now, just like straight up roster wise based on last season, they just look like a decent team. Like, the Chiefs are always gonna look decent, but I wouldn't take the Chiefs over any of the teams up here right now. I think Patrick Mahomes coming off an injury. Justin Fields might have to start the first week. Who knows about that? That's not that big of an issue. Anyways, receiving core in jail half of the time. Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy. Don't know what's going on over there. Defense, they lost Trent McDuffie too. Don't forget about that. Roster-wise, this team is just looking decent. Not great, not one of the big dogs, but decent. I'll give that to them. The Los Angeles Chargers. This team continues to disappoint me every single season. Every single one. I don't know how they do it. I always think this team, they got Jim Harbaugh now. Justin Herbert's gonna finally bounce back in the playoffs. They never do it. As soon as they reach the playoffs, they're dumb. They can't do anything. They cannot get over that wild card hump. Usually because of Justin Herbert. The guy can't win a damn playoff game to save his life. Jawan Jennings has more touchdown passes than Justin Herbert in the playoffs. By the way, that's a real fact. I'm pissed at the Chargers. I think they could be such a good team. They're just not. I'm gonna say the Chargers are a decent team still, but I don't think I'm taking them over any of these teams once again. The Los Angeles Rams. Our second big dog team has entered the category. I really like the Rams roster-wise. I hate the Rams, obviously, as a team. They're our division rival. But, looking at their roster, I think their first-round pick was stupid. Why would you add Ty Simpson? You're future-proofing 2-3 years early, but you still got the MVP as your quarterback. You still got a really solid 1-2 running back punch. And now you got Trent McDuffie on that defense. You also got Puka and Davante still. Dude, this team, yeah, it's pretty nasty. I would not want to fuck with this team. I do not want to mess with this team next year. If I was a team, I don't know, a bridge team trying to make the playoffs like the Falcons, and say I had to play the Rams Week 18, I would be scared shitless. I would not want to play this team, because that's how good they look on paper. And they do pretty decent in the playoffs as well. They have some pretty good playoff wins. The Las Vegas Raiders. Interesting. I want to say they could be decent. And I think I am going to put them there. It's just the Raiders disappoint me every single year. Not that I like the Raiders. But, they have all these good draft picks. And something goes wrong. Whether it's on the defense or the offensive line. Not being able to protect Genty. I don't know, man. I think right now, roster-wise, once again, you got Mendoza, you got Genty, you got Linderbaum. You somehow kept Max Crosby. You had a really good offseason. I think you guys could be decent. I just don't know if you will. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins. Jeez. This team is god-awful. They are, yeah. I would say they're in the god-awful category right now. Look at their receivers. Can you name 4 receivers on that Dolphins team? Can you name 3? I don't think so. At least a casual fan couldn't. Maybe I could. But, if you're a casual fan, someone might say, oh, Jalen Waddle, he's gone. Tyreek Hill, right? He's still there. Nope, he's gone. Your offense is gone. You have A-Chain still. You got Malik Willis, who I think is going to be solid. But who's he going to throw the ball to? Seriously. This guy is throwing to basically, air. No one's going to be open in this offense. It pissed me off so much how they passed up on Mekhi Lemon. I think that was so stupid. Why even go offensive line there? But yeah, I think they are a god-awful team right now. Especially after losing a ton in the defense, too. Oh yeah, they lost Bradley Chubb as well. That's just one more thing. They lost Minka. I could go on and on. The Minnesota Vikings. Another team that could be decent. And, similar to the Falcons, It depends on the quarterback play. Like, this team had a pretty solid defense pressure-wise last year. Don't think the secondary was that bad. I think, that man Isaiah Rodgers had a really good game last year. He had, like, a pick six, a forced fumble. I don't know. Let me know if you guys remember the game I'm talking about of him. But the Vikings, I believe, could be a decent team. They just got to put the pieces together. That receiver core is looking absolutely nasty, too. You got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and now Jawan Jennings. I mean, holy crap. The New England Patriots. I think if they get A.J. Brown, they're very close to here. And I think they are going to get A.J. Brown, but I'm still going to put them in the great teams. They lost Stephon Diggs, but like I just said, if they're getting A.J. Brown, Stephon Diggs can fucking kiss their ass and go home, because who cares? Like, you got A.J. Brown now. Anyways, yeah, the Patriots made the Super Bowl last year under Mike Vrabel's first year. Think about how crazy that is, with a second-year quarterback, with little to no options on the defense, Jesus, I can't even speak right now. Anyways, not a ton of big names is what I'm trying to say on that team last year, and they still made an impact. They still made the damn Super Bowl. You could say the schedule, whatever. They still made the Super Bowl. I don't care what anyone says. Especially if they get A.J. Brown, this team's a great team. Next, we have the New Orleans Saints. Another team that could be decent. Could damn near be a decent team. Adding Jordan Tyson is absolutely huge for Tyler Shough. Now you got a nasty 1-2 punch at receiver. You got Chris Olave, you got Jordan Tyson, and now at running back you have Travis Etienne too. Defense, maybe a little bit shaky. You lost Alontae Taylor, who I think was a pretty solid corner. But I still think it could be decent. They still could be decent, even going up against the Panthers and the Buccaneers. Like, this division, we know, could go any way, at any time. So, right now, gonna say the New Orleans Saints could be decent. Next, we have the New York Giants. Dude, I guarantee you, at the end of the season, they're gonna be up here in one of the great teams. Can't be too high on them yet, though. I'm gonna say they're a decent team. You look at last season, you're like, oh, they had like 3 or 4 wins. How are you putting them this high? Just look at what they've done this offseason. I mean, holy crap. First of all, you got Jackson Dart, who probably has the brightest future out of any quarterback in the NFL. You got Scadaboo, who will literally run through a brick wall. Malik Neighbors, who, was injured last year, but was projected to be one of the best receivers in the league. I mean, he was his rookie year. And you still got Abdul Carter on that defense, who could be a stud, maybe a bit of an underwhelming rookie season, but he still could be a stud. And, Isaiah Likely, too, at tight end. I think that was a big issue from last year. We know Dart loves to use his tight ends. I'm gonna say the Giants are a decent team. Next, we have the New York Jets. Dude, as, a team, you remove the quarterback completely, they look like a decent team. But the quarterback is just what brings them down so much. I don't think they're a god-awful team. I don't think they're good, but I don't think they're god-awful. I just think Geno Smith is the problem. You re-signed Breece Hall. You had a great draft. You got Sadiq. You got Omar Cooper Jr. Hell, you even got David Bailey on the defense. You guys got a bright future if you can fix the quarterback. I mean, don't forget about Garrett Wilson there, too. Everything about this team looks decent besides the quarterback. So I gotta put them in not good. I don't think they're god-awful, though. You know what I mean? Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. I think it's hard not to put the Eagles in one of the great teams in the league right now. It's just really hard not to. You look at this team, I mean, Howie Roseman just has a great draft every single year. The guy doesn't miss. You got Mekhi Lemon there now. I mean, you got some of the best young talent on defense with Cooper DeJean. Saquon Barkley still. I mean, holy crap. And, said my words on Jalen Hurts. I don't think the guy's a great quarterback. But it's hard not to succeed in that team. Like, he won a Super Bowl 2 damn years ago. This team is still a great team. Eagles, I can't put them any lower, even though I hate them so much. We got the Steelers next, and I feel like the Steelers are always going to be decent. They do the same shit every year. They go 9-8, 10-7, make the wild card, get bounced. Been the same movie for the past, 10 years, the past decade. And the offense is looking underrated. You got DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman. I like that receiver duo a lot. You got Jalen Ramsey, who moved to safety, who looked pretty solid last year. It's TJ Watt as well, who wins the Defensive Player of the Year, what seems like every other year. Quarterback situation, it looks like Rodgers is coming back. Rodgers didn't play too bad. This team is the definition of a decent team. Overall, they just look decent. That's the best way to describe them. I'm gonna say the Steelers are a decent team, kind of like where they've been the past decade. The Seattle Seahawks. I think it's really hard not to put them in the top 5. Like, they just won a Super Bowl. Sure, they took some hits. They lost, Tariq Woolen, Kobe Bryant, Kenneth Walker. But they look so good. I mean, JSN, we saw him last year, Offensive Player of the Year, probably the best receiver in football. Sam Darnold, who proved no matter what team he's on, he's still that guy, whether it's the Vikings or the Seahawks. Like, this team is still going to be very good. I still think they're a top 5 team. Don't think they're the number 1 team anymore, but I do think they're a top 5 team still. Next, we have my San Francisco 49ers. And you may notice the big dogs category is looking a little empty here. We got room for one more. Because the Niners are a top 5 team in this league. No, matter of fact, right now, the 49ers are a top 3 team in the league. I said it. Let's just start off with the defense. No. Fuck that. We're going to look at last season alone. The 49ers beat the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champs, in the wild card with half of their team injured. I mean, let's just go over it all. You got Fred Warner, who was injured. You got Nick Bosa. Those are your 2 best defensive players right now, and don't even get me started on all the linebackers we lost. Then you look at the defense, or the offense, I mean. Ricky Pearsall out for half the season. Brock Purdy out for half the season. I mean, it seems like the only guy that was healthy was Christian McCaffrey. And now you fix some insane needs that we needed by getting Mike Evans at wide receiver, which is huge. Anyone saying that he's not good anymore just has no ball knowledge. Stop watching the NFL. Go get another job. Go do something. Because Mike Evans is still a top tier receiver in this league. And you also got guys like Osa Odigizua, who's a great pass rusher, an interior defensive lineman, which the Niners needed. And you also look at who we brought back, Dre Greenlaw. I think some people forget that Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw were one of the best linebacker duos in the league a couple years ago. And then you bring those 2 back. I mean, holy crap. And the coaching staff, too. You got Raheem Morris as the defensive coordinator. Another defensive coordinator, we just produced those. I mean, for example, D'Amico Ryans, Robert Saleh. And now we're bringing Raheem Morris in, who was great on the Rams when he was the defensive coordinator. This team is one of the big dogs. Argue with the wall. Yup. Anyways, next we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Todd Bowles holds them down a lot. I think the Buccaneers can be damn near the big dogs It's just they always have an end of season collapse. They can never hold it together. They always have the best young talent. They always are in the easiest division. They always have the best start to a season. They can just never finish it well. Therefore, I'm saying they are a decent team. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans. I like the Titans right now. I really like the Titans, and I like the way their roster looks and this team looks. I'm gonna say they could be decent. Can't be too high on a team that was bottom 2 in the league last year. But similar to teams like the Giants and the Saints, they have so much potential. I like the Titans a lot, and I think they can be decent. Next, we have the Washington Commanders, or finally, we have the Washington Commanders. I think this team is just nothing without Jaden Daniels. We saw what this team was like without Jaden Daniels last year. It was absolutely brutal. Like, oh my god, dude. Like, I never want to watch. That team was just polar opposite to the one it was 2 years ago. And I think if Jaden Daniels stays healthy, they could be decent, but without him, they're just god-awful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. This is my post-NFL draft team ranking. Sorry for the yap. This is going to be a long-ass video. But if you guys did enjoy, let me know with the like. Go follow the Twitch because that's where we're streaming this live. And I will see you all in the next one.